Hey guys, what's up? It's none other than, of course, your girl Cooking with Tammy. I know you see that juicy, cheesy chicken on your screen. Tonight I'm going to show you how to make a delicious chicken fajita casserole. Not to mention, this recipe is also keto friendly. So without further ado, let's introduce these ingredients and get to cooking. First thing I want to do is get my seasoning mixed together. However, these seasonings are not limited to fajita seasoning, alright? But it is going to step the flavors on up. We're going to add some oregano to a bowl along with our Italian seasoning, our paprika, add a little bit more paprika, along with our cumin powder. However, with the cumin powder, we're not going to add as much because it's really pungent. We're also going to add our onion powder, along with our garlic powder. So let's say if I'm adding a teaspoon of each seasoning, when it comes to the cumin, we're going to be adding half teaspoon of cumin. And when it comes to the chili powder, we're going to add about 1/4, even less. Now, if you like a lot of spice, of course, knock yourself out. However, if you are going to be feeding kids and they're not into spice, I would definitely omit or add a small pinch, maybe like 1/8 of a teaspoon. We're going to add our garlic and herb seasoning as well. We're going to add a small pinch of salt. Just a small pinch, right? Because we're also going to be adding bouillon. So if you want to omit the salt, you can definitely swap and add whichever one you prefer, whether it be salt, bouillon, or both. We're going to add our ground black pepper along with our bouillon powder to step those flavors on up. We're going to mix it on up really, really good. And our dry seasoning mix is done. We're just going to place it to the side. In the meanwhile, we're going to cut our onions up, not in rings, but in slices, all right? So in order to do that, we got to remove the top and the bottom. Perforate the top just a little bit to at least remove the first layer. Of course, you're going to rinse it on off, split it in half. Flip it on over and get the slicing. An onion doesn't make you cry. In an onion, I'm telling you. And we're done. We're going to take our onions, place it in a bowl or a plate, and just set it aside. Next on up is our peppers, all right? I'm going to take the top off. What do you know? Fell right on out. Perfect. We're going to save that, of course. And we're going to do the same thing with the bottom. We're going to take our sharp knife, get in there, and we're going to remove the membrane, all right? Get it on out. Perfect. Bring it on back. Take your knife and just slice it on out, just like that. Get those hands out of the way. And we're ready to slice our bell peppers on up. Gonna repeat the same thing with our green bell pepper as well. We're gonna cut these on up off camera, and in the meanwhile, let's prep our chicken. Because this is a really thick chicken breast, we want to go ahead and use a sharp knife and basically cut it in half. Cut it right down the middle, just like that. All right, perfect. Right, we're gonna hit this chicken off with a small drizzle of oil. And we're gonna add our seasoning mix. Add it to the chicken. Season it on up really, really good. Once we're done, we're gonna flip it on over. And we're gonna repeat the same process. Small drizzle of oil. Add some of our seasoning mix. in here. Pat it onto the chicken. Make sure this chicken is seasoned up correctly. Flip it on over. Perfect. I went ahead and added our veggies to another bowl. We're going to add a small drizzle of oil to the veggies as well. And of course, we want our veggies to have flavor, don't we? So we're going to add some of our reserve seasoning mix to our veggies as well. Mix it on up really, really good. Once we're done, we're going to take our perfectly seasoned veggies and we're going to add it to our chicken. Just like this. What I really love about this recipe, not only is it banging with a burst of flavor, but kids definitely appreciate this recipe as well. They're not going to give you a hard time to eat this recipe. Trust and believe. Ain't no pickiness going on with this recipe because did I forget to mention that we're going to add cheese to it? Yeah, and who doesn't like cheese, all right? Let's be real. Unless you're lactose intolerant, who doesn't love cheese? Now, here's the thing, guys. Even though we're adding the cheese, this recipe is still keto friendly, which is a great thing, all right? Because I'm using a thinner slice of chicken breast, I'm going to top it off with cheese at this point. However, if the chicken breast that you're going to be using is a little thicker, add the cheese towards the end, simply because we're going to be cooking this chicken for about 20 to 30 minutes or until the chicken reaches an internal temp of 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Simply because you don't want the cheese to burn if your chicken requires a longer baking time. Let's add a little taco seasoning. If you don't have any taco seasoning, no problem whatsoever. It's not going to break or make this dish, all right? We're also going to add some dried parsley. Trust me, when everything melted, it's going to show up really pretty. All right. We're going to place our chicken fajita casserole into the oven, 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and allow it to bake on up for about 20 to 30 minutes or until our chicken reaches an internal temp of 165 degrees Fahrenheit. In the meanwhile, let's cut into our chicken fajita casserole. Let's see what's going on. Let's get some more veggies and cheese. And our chicken is perfectly cooked. Take a good look and take a big bite. As I told you before, this meal right here is not only keto friendly, but the picky eaters are definitely going to enjoy this recipe as well. In case you're wondering, Tammy, what can I pair this delicious chicken fajita casserole dish with? Well, if you want to keep it along the lines of being keto friendly, you can pair it with cauliflower rice, or you can also pair it with zucchini or zucchini noodles, aka zoodles. Or let's say if you're not into the keto thing, you can definitely enjoy this recipe with rice, pasta, anything that you prefer. Or you can even enjoy it by itself. I mean, it's one of those recipes that's so universal, nothing is going to make or break this recipe. As always, I'm your girl Cooking with Tammy. Don't forget to buy your seasonings at cookingwithtammy.shop. And as always, I would definitely keep these recipes coming, and I will catch you guys in another video. Talk to you later. Bye, guys.